All right, so the last part is we're going to take what we know and do one step further. We have, look at this example. We have 2/10 times 50. 50 is not a power of 10, is it?
No.
Here is the step that we're going to add. We are going to now change 50 into a power of 10. How can we do that? I'm going to actually, how can we change 50 into a power of 10?
Divide. We just take the 0 away and then
0.2 times 50. I'm going to change 50 into something times something. Yes?
What you do, you take away the 0 and then put 1 on top for the 0?
Well, tell me what times what gets you 50? What power of 10 times what
10
number?
times 5.
Yes, so now look at 10 times 5. So we just changed this 50 into 10 times 5. So let's bring the rest of our problem. Now we've got, instead of 50, we changed it. Now we have 2/10 times 10 times 5, which is the same as 50. But look what we can do. We now have a decimal times a power of 10. What would this be? 0.2 times 10 means we move the decimal, Zari, wake up, baby. 2/10 times 10. What are we going to do, Naomi?
Move the decimal once.
One spot to the
Right.
right. So what is the answer to this going to be?
2.
2 times 5 equals
10.
10. So what step we added is when it's a multiple of 10, you can change it into a power of 10 times the digit, right? So for instance, now what if this were, let's change all this, what if this were 2/10 times 500? We would say, well, this is not a power of 10. Let's make it a power of 10. So let's say 0.2 times what could we change 500 to? That would give us a power of 10. Riley? Naomi?
100 times 5?
100 times 5. Is that the same as 500?
Yeah.
Right? So we just changed this into this, right? We brought that down. Now we have a new problem that we can figure out with what we just learned, because we have 2/10 times 100. So 100 means we're going to move the decimal how many spots?
2.
2 spots to the right, which gets us 1, 2,
20.
20, right? 20. This is 20 times 5. Our answer is going to be
100.
5 times 2 is 10, and then we add that 0. So our answer is 100. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's try one more, and then we're going to do some examples of this. Let's take 0.2 times 5,000. Okay, this is not a power of 10. Let's make it one. What can we change this to? What times what? Let's bring this down already. Keep that. But what are we going to change this to? Heidi?
1,000 times 5?
1,000 times 5, because guess what? Now we've got a decimal times a power of 10. The 0.2 becomes, let's see, 0.2. We move it over once, twice, 3 times. So now we have 200, right? 200 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10, and then we've got the 2 zeros we need to add. Got it? Let's try some examples of that kind now that you know how to do the rest of them. Let's look at this one right here. If we have, let me make it a little bit bigger because I know it's kind of hard to see. If we have 3 1400 times 800, you're going to have to change this. What does this change into? 3.14 times, we can change that to, Bo?
100 times 8?
100. There's our multiple, there's our power of 10 times 8. So now, what are we going to do here? 3.14 times 100. What is that? Ben, you got it? How are you going to take this times 100? You move the decimal
2 times.
2 spots to the right. 1, 2 gets us 314. Now that's not the answer, that's just this part, times 8. Now here's where you're going to have to do that actually on your own. 314 times 8, 32. 8 times 1 plus 3, 11, 24. So your answer is going to be 2,512. Let's see if you can get, let's see who can get number 9. Go ahead and try it. Remember that 400 is not a power of 10. You have to make it into a power of 10. Go ahead and try and get that one. Dari, wake up, sweetie. Right here.
I did it.
My marker doesn't work.
Really?
I just was using them.
You got it, Rocky. So that 400 turns into 100 times what? You can't just change 400 into 100, but you can change 400 into 100 times what? Okay, bring the rest down. Ooh, some of you already done. Okay, hold your answer. Let's give everybody a quick chance. Yes? Okay, just wait. Sit down. Give everybody a chance, okay? Hold your answers. Hold your answers. Oh, you missed. You changed 400 to 100. Brinkley, you can't just change 400 to 100, but you can change 400 into 100 times something. All right, watch up here. Even if you're not done, it's okay. 5 and 600 times 400. Let's change this 400 into a power of 10 times something. What can I change this to?
100 times 4.
100 times 4. Is that the same as 400?
Yes.
Right, so we just got rid of this. Well, let's bring this down, right? 5 and 600 times 100 times 4. So now that leaves us with 5 and 600 times 100. What is that going to be?
506.
506 because you moved the decimal 2 spots over. So now we've got 506. That's what this is, 506 times 4. So if you did that, you should have gotten 2,024. Who got it? Raise your hand.
Wait, what?
A couple of you?
I got it.
What mistake did you make if you didn't get this? Can you look and see? Charlotte, what did you do?
I forgot to do the same.
Yes, so a lot of you did this. A lot of you just said, oh, I'm going to change this 400 to 100. Well, that totally changes the problem. You can't do that. You have to change the 400 to 100 times 4, right? That can replace this. They're the same thing. And then you got to bring this down. That was a common mistake. Let's see how many people I can get to get this one right here, number 12. 90 and 1700 times 300. Be careful what you turn that 300 into. We need a power of 10 times the other number. See if you can figure that one out.
I'm just gonna guess. Don't guess.
No, we're not multiplying, Zari. We got to do it like I showed you, like I taught you, right?
Right?
Let me just see 1 second, okay? Okay, but you forgot the times 3 over there, Brinkley. See that times 3? You got to finish the rest of the problem. So far it's right, but yes, that's right. Let's see. You have the right idea, you just didn't do the right multiplication at the very end. Yes, Mia, that's correct. Yes, Michaela, good. We got 3 people that got the right answer so far. Let's keep going. So in order to multiply by 100, what are you going to do, Charlotte? You're just moving the decimal point over, right? Yes, ma'am. We got 4 correct. We got 5 correct. We've got 6 correct. We're doing good. Let's keep moving forward. Let me see it on your board.
None of my markers work.
Okay, why don't you borrow one of mine and then just try to remember to return it. Okay, I think I've lost most of those.
Probably.
Try to, Mateo, you have the first part done, but then what about the rest of it? What about you took this, you did 100 times 3, but what we're doing is taking this number times that and then times 3, right? Take the decimal, Mateo, the decimal times 100 and then times 3. So let's do this together for those of you that are done. Hold tight. What did you change the 300 into? Close. Yes.
100 times 3.
You changed the 300 into 100 times 3. Don't forget, you've got this, 90.17 times 100 times 3. Now, you have the decimal times 100 right here. The decimal times 100 means you're going to move the decimal 2 spots over. You now have 9,017 times 3. This is where some of you forgot to finish it out. This is going to be 27,041, I believe. 51? Wait. Sorry, let me actually do it. I'm just kind of doing it off the top of my head here. Times 3, we've got 21,500 and 27,051. Yes? You think you got it? All right, one more. We're going to try number 18. I want to see quite as many people that can possibly get this one. Really do it carefully. I'd like to beat our record. I'd like to see at least 7 of you get this one right.
Or everybody.
More would be better, but at least 7. I need you to get that right. All right? Sorry, you got to write the whole problem down, not just this part. Write this down too, in front of it, right? Rewrite the whole problem and just replace this part. Right? So Zari's going to be 586.1 times what times what? Right? You got to stay awake. Okay, hold your answers. You two match, so it's probably right. I haven't quite figured it out yet. And you match also. Oh, no, you don't. Let me see. Hold your answers tight. I'm going to wait till everyone's done, and then we'll correct it together. Okay, hold yours tight. Did you move your decimal over, Naomi? Did you move your decimal?
Yeah. I just erased it.
All right, here we go. Hold your answers. Watch this. Sorry, watch closely, okay? 586.1 times, let's change this 200 to what? 100 times 2. That way we can take our decimal times 100. And we're going to move that decimal 2 spots over. So now we have, right? 58,610 times 2. And what did you get, Mia?
I got 117,220.
117,220. Stand if that is what you got. Stand, stand, stand.
117.
Zari, your decimal point is right in the middle there. You had to get 117,220. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. That's super awesome. If you didn't get it, do you know what you did wrong?
Yes.
That's important. You know? Perfect.
I forgot to put it. I didn't do it all the way because on the other ones I couldn't. Because on the other ones we didn't add 2.
Okay. Yes, we had to add that 0. Good job. Okay. Listen closely.